That why you did not first identify. So in exam also you have to take care now. Okay. If the rod what you are moving in the magnetic field is, if it is not a conductor, okay, then you have to take care now. Okay. Then the EMF induced in the rod means like a plastic rod. Don't put the option EMF is equals to LVB, which is that is not equal to LVB, that is equals to 0. Okay. Right. Suppose in the same magnetic field, like every time I can't draw the total magnetic field, just I am representing the direction. Okay. And of course, it is in the magnetic field only. Okay. It is along Z axis. That too into means negative Z axis magnetic field is. And I am trying to pull this rod, okay, either along X axis or Z axis. Then what will be the magnetic field now? Means pulled like this or like this, outwards or along the Y axis. Sorry, not X axis, along Y axis. Okay, these are the coordinates. Coordinate axis. Okay, in that case, what is the EMF induced? I think this one also you know the answer.
Again 0, sir.
Why?
Perpendicular.
Which are perpendicular?
Velocity and length.
Is that the reason?
The field is perpendicular to the length of the conductor, sir. So L bar dot V bar cross V bar cos 90. It will become 0.
L bar is perpendicular to whom? Velocity.
V bar.
V bar. Okay. Then why don't you say, okay, your argument is correct. Why don't you say simply, this is actually box LVB, scalar triple product in your mathematics.
Or else V bar is parallel to B bar, sir.
Yeah. Not only V bar parallel to V bar. If in box ABC, if any two vectors are parallel to each other, the box ABC is equals to 0 in mathematics. Am I right? Scalar.
Yes, sir.
Scalar triple product. So if any two are parallel, the EMF induced is equals to 0. Here simple, if I pull along Z axis, okay, velocity is parallel to V bar. Hence EMF is equals to 0. If I pull along Y axis means length and velocity are parallel. So L bar is parallel to V bar. So according to here box LVB, if any two are parallel to each other, then the box value is 0. That is EMF equals to 0. E equals to 0. Right? That is one concept. Right? Related to this concept only one time what he asked, suppose this is the magnetic field. In the magnetic field, here this is one thin thin plate of length L. Okay, is pulled here like this with a velocity V. Okay, what will be the surface charge density values induced on the surfaces A and B? Suppose if they ask like that, Nana, surface charge density means sigma is equals to Q by A. Okay, so here, Nana, even in this question also, whatever you know, E is equals to BLV, EMF induced is equals to LVB, since all the three are mutually perpendicular to each other. If I ask what will be in the saturation state, the charges at the two ends, if I ask, even for that also, what do you say?
0 on both sides.
Ayyo. Now, if the charge is 0, here how can you say some EMF is induced? EMF means we require some potential difference. Potential difference will you will get only one end behaves as like some positive or other end like some negative. Then only you will get the potential difference. Otherwise, how will you get that potential difference there? So I think surely there will be some charge.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then in this model or in that model, both are almost identical. Okay. Generally, if we see this question, according to the previous knowledge, we got EMF is equals to 0. Okay, what we say. That's why student tries to say sigma is equals to 0. There is no EMF, no charge density. But it is not the answer now for that question. So sometimes we need the derivation part also. So here to solve that question or this question, what I asked, the basic derivation part is here suppose this is the rod nana. Okay, why we are opting the conductor, not plastic, non-conductors. Okay, the reason behind here is if the rod is a conductor, it has surplus of free electrons inside the rod. Okay, and while pulling this rod with a velocity, like it is a bus full of passengers. Okay. So here when I pull with this velocity, then each passenger means each electron is also trying to move along with the bus, along with the conductor with the same velocity. Okay. Same velocity, that too it is placed in a magnetic field. Then obviously a charge getting some velocity with the conductor in a magnetic field, then it experiences some force, that is moving charges and magnetism concept. Okay. According to Fleming's left hand rule, what can you say? B is into velocity is in this direction, but it is negative charge, not positive charge. Negative charge means we have to take the velocity direction in opposite direction. So you will get the force downwards. Okay. It is left hand, right? So you will get the force downwards. Force downwards means these electrons try to come down here, vacate the top place, and all they try to come and accumulate here. That's why you will get some negative charge here due to the accumulation of electron. Some place is vacated by electrons means it acquires positive charge here. Okay, so you will get positive there and negative here. This direction only we say with Fleming's right hand rule. By using here the motion, thumb represents motion, B is into, that's why we say inside, considering this as a cell, inside the cell, the induced current tries to flow from negative terminal to positive terminal. Okay, so according to motional EMF, you will get, if it is closed with a resistor, then current tries to flow in this direction inside the cell by assuming it as a cell. This part yesterday what I told. On the perimeter only we have to assume the cell depending upon the direction of current flow in the external part. Okay. Outside the conductor, the current flows from positive to negative. But inside the conductor, current flows from negative to positive. Okay. So here this is the concept now. In that concept, here the force acting on each electron is F is equals to EVD. Finally, some amount of charge Q is accumulated here. Finally, the total force acting on all electrons is equals to QVB. Okay, but problem is when electrons are trying to come down here like this, due to the electric field, already some positive and negative terminals are formed here due to the accumulation and vacation. Okay, by that electric field is always from positive to negative. This is the direction of electric field formed. Okay, self-electric field. Okay, electrons are moving down, by that only some electric field is formed. Okay, then here the electron experience some electrostatic force, F is equals to EQ here. That EQ acts on this one, that EQ, we can say here E into the Q, total charge accumulated here, Q, this is the Q. And since it is negative charge, the force acts on the negative charge in the electric field in opposite direction. Okay, that's why here inside what is happening in the theory, if you see, E into Q is equals to QVB. By this, you are going to get, by cancelling this EQ, the electric field formed or the velocity of the conductor is equals to E by B, or E is equals to VB. Okay. That electric field, here same concept. If I come back to my question, here, when it is pulled with a certain, when it is pulled with parallel to the length, okay, then obviously, according to this concept, no charge is induced at the top and bottom. Why? Because length is parallel to velocity. No charge is induced here, no charge is induced there. But problem is the AB part is perpendicular to velocity. AB part is perpendicular to velocity means for the AB rod at A, some charge will be induced, at B, some other charge is induced. Okay, means here on this surface, instead of top and bottom, okay, if I pull like this, then the charge will be induced there and here. Nana. If I pull parallel to the conductor, then obviously here, if I consider this thickness, even though it is small, okay, if I consider this thickness, here at the two ends of this part, the charge will be induced here and there. Okay, means the charge after inducing will be distributed for this whole part and for that whole part. Okay, what is the charge induced? To find out here, or electric field induced altogether here, means across this length, like across this length, okay, across the length of conductor, the electric field induced I got here, Nana, that is equals to VB. In the same way here, across this length, electric field induced in this direction, E is equals to, I am getting V into B. Okay, then obviously what will be here, the what I asked, surface charge density. What is the surface charge density on the two ends? Okay, simple. Here, suppose electric field is induced in this direction. It is appeared like the electric field between two plates of parallel plate conductor. In between the electric field, you know it is equals to sigma by epsilon naught in capacitors chapter. Okay, so here between these two sides, the electric field will be sigma by epsilon naught. So I write here sigma by epsilon naught is equals to VB. So you got the answer. Sigma is equals to epsilon naught VB on one side, which is plus. On the other side, this is minus epsilon naught VB. Okay. And here, if I ask what is the charge induced, then sigma I write it as Q by A. A means on this total part, the charge is induced. Okay. Since it is a conductor, what is the area? I try to calculate this part. So I will get what is the charge induced. Okay, if they ask the charge. Right? Right. So E is equals to here the potential difference dou V by dou X or V by L. Since electric field is equals to the potential dou V by dou X, EMF by length. So EMF is equals to electric field into length. Okay. Here no need to use dou V by dou X, Nana. Why? Because electric field is a constant value, that is sigma by epsilon naught or VB. Okay. Therefore, here the EMF induced is equals to, as usual, you are getting L into either sigma by epsilon naught, or you are getting your own formula, L into that is VB. But keep in mind, here L is not the length of this conductor. L is nothing but AB there. Okay, length of AB. Okay, that's why what they say here, why they said EMF is equals to 0 if you pull parallel to the velocity here. Reason behind this, it is a thin wire type conductor, Nana. Means the AB length is 0. If AB length is 0, then EMF induced across the ends AB equals to 0. That's what they said here in the slide. Okay, that's why if you neglect the thickness, then EMF induced here, what you said is correct. If you consider, even though it is small, some thickness, we have to say the value, very low EMF, whatever induced here across the ends. Okay, this is motional EMF concept, Nana. Okay, and in this concept, suppose if they ask the question related to the aeroplane is flying, okay, horizontally, suppose in the direction of east or in the direction of north to south, in any direction. Okay, suppose the aeroplane is flying in the direction of east, towards east now, moving with certain velocity. Okay, then what will be the EMF induced? If they ask, what do you say? Due to the Earth's magnetic field. Motional EMF only. And the airplane is flying horizontally towards east. Ayo, don't get confused, Nana. Suppose if you...
Zero, sir.
Huh?
Zero, sir.
0, I think not correct. 0 you are telling due to which component, Nana? Which component of Earth's magnetic field?
Horizontal, sir.
Okay, BH is, I think you are saying that it is parallel to the length of wings.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is okay. You are saying that suppose this is the aeroplane head and it is tail, then these are the wings. Yeah, I accept. Tip to tip. Okay. Here the distance between the two wings, end to end, is L. Okay, L is parallel to BH value. BH is always from south to north. What about BV Tali, vertical component of Earth's magnetic field?
It is not parallel, sir.
Vertical component is always perpendicular to the Earth's surface. No? Not in...
Yes.
Perpendicular to Earth's surface means, suppose this is the Earth. Perpendicular to Earth's surface means you will get either outwards or inwards. Okay. Suppose you consider the B into Nana, inwards. This is BV or BH? BV. Due to BH, what you are telling is correct. Since BV is perpendicular to both length and velocity, I think some EMF will be induced across the ends of the tape. But that will be LV, since all the three are mutually perpendicular, LV, not BH, it will be BV. And you are saying due to BH, the EMF induced is equals to 0. Okay. Again, think like one advanced student in that concept. Okay. Basically, we are saying that EMF is equals to 0 when length is parallel to velocity. But here, if the thickness is even though small, what if you consider that thickness, what is the EMF here, like what we calculated here, LVB. Suppose in exam, if they consider, okay, the top of aeroplane and bottom of aeroplane, the distance between the two, why? Because aeroplane top to bottom, the width is not negligible. Okay, this will be some consider in few meters. Okay, top to bottom. Top to bottom, if you consider top to bottom, the height as h. Okay, this is the height. Then across the top and bottom, will you find any EMF now?
Yes, sir.
That is due to BH or BB? That is due to? Ayo, I am not able to hear your voice.
BV, sir.
BV means top and bottom, Tali. Height is top and bottom means
BH, sir.
top and bottom height is parallel to the BV, na? Vertical component of S magnetic field. This is a top and bottom, Nana. Okay. Earth's magnetic field is always perpendicular to the Earth. Top and bottom are also parallel to BV. That's why we have to take BH. Okay. And considering it is west, that is east, and like some north and south. Okay. Now, if you see the velocity of the aeroplane and north south BH and top to bottom the width, all the three are mutually perpendicular to each other. All the three are mutually perpendicular to each other in this case. Then we have to take between top and bottom EMF is equals to LVBH. Take care, Nana, while solving the questions. Okay. Right. This is one model here. And here suppose if I ask one question, suppose instead of moving the rod with a certain velocity, or even though with a certain velocity, like you can calculate using that box LVB concept. Okay, why? Because you know the angles here between length and here velocity, and suppose magnetic field is given in some other direction, like, okay, they give the angles and you can use the box concept from your mathematics. Okay, instead of, suppose they give this is one triangular, or okay, you take one equilateral triangle. Okay, and here it is pulled with a certain velocity v. Okay, each side you take it as length as L. It is placed in a magnetic field. What is the EMF induced across the ends of a side, Nana? In this case,
BLV, sir.
means suppose you are saying that is across AB. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, means by considering the length of this one, you are saying that it is BLV. What about this part, Nana? ACB. Are they not conductors? They are also conductors. Then what about due to ACB? For that,
I have to take effective length, sir, between A and B.
yes,
It is L by 2, sir.
Ayo. Effective length part is correct, but I think
Only, sir.
Here, L by 2 sine theta 1, L by 2 sine theta 2, sir. As it is equilateral triangle, theta is 30 and 30, sir.
means effective length means you are telling like this, Nana. Is this the effective length?
No, sir.
No, sir, between A and B, sir.
Between A and B. Yeah. This part, what you are saying?
Yes, sir.
And this part.
Yes, sir.
This is how much, Rakali?
L by 4, sir.
Really?
Sir, effective length is only L, sir.
Means for the total part, effective length is L.
Sir.
Correct only. This is right angle triangle and you are telling, of course, this is 30 degrees. Hypotenuse is L Katali.
Yes, sir.
So L sine 30, that is L sine 30. Total, you have to take this L by 2 plus L by 2 L. Okay. Or else this is equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle, effective length, you are finding out this part. In equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. So no need to consider the angles and all. Straight away you can say this is the side of AB. Means length of AB. Length of AB is L. Straight away you can say. So here effective length of ACB is also L. So what will be the total effective length Kali there? Okay, I think you understood. This is across the ends of AB is LVB. Again, across the ends of ACB means here between, by considering the effective length as L, that is also LVB. Total will be E is equals to 2 LVB Nana. Okay, here. And if I ask which is at higher potential, I think you can say the answer in this case. Am I?
B, sir.
What B Rakali? Actually, what I asked?
Which
Higher
is at
potential.
potential.
Acha. A and B now, okay. Which is at a higher potential. Okay, right. I think you are right, maybe. This is B. This is motion. B, current flows in this direction. So it should be negative and that should be positive. Yeah, right, you are right. B is at a higher potential. And in this closed loop, if I ask, what will be the total charge induced, Nana? Then you have to find out, first of all, since it is closed, if it is open, then no current will be here flowing through A to flowing in between A and B. But it is closed, Nana. That's why in this closed part, current flows. All sides are equal. Consider their resistances as R and R. Okay, in this one, outside the current flows from positive to negative, and here the current flows from negative to positive, induced current. And here the all the three are appear to be in series, Nana. Why? Because anywhere current is not splitting. So effective resistance or effective will be 3R since they are in series. Okay. So total current will be I is equals to, we write Ohm's law, V by R, E by R. E is a 2LVB by 3R. If you know the current, you can say the charge. Okay. From the formula, dq by dt is equals to 2LV by 3R. So that what is the charge flowing through the circuit? Q is equals to 2LV by 3R. All are constants, Nana. Integral dt. If they ask the time, in a time, how much charge flows, you can say the answer. Okay. And this is the way how to find the charge flowing through the circuit if it is closed. Okay. Open part completed, Nana. Now we are discussing the closed part. Okay. And in this closed part here, suppose if I ask, this is one current carrying conductor, Nana, infinite long. And here, suppose this is one rectangular loop, okay, of side lines like L, B, we take and pulled parallel to breadth. Okay. Neglect the thickness of all sides. Right? In this case, at an instant, if it is at a distance of like B from the conductor, right? What will be the total EMF induced in the circuit? If I ask, I think that question will be very easy, Nana. Okay. Total EMF induced means here, this is at a distance of B, moving with a velocity V. Okay. So EMF induced, motional EMF across this end is equals to E1 is equals to LV. I have to write B at that point. B into. So B at that point due to infinite straight conductor, what is the formula, Nana? Infinite state conductor, the B at a point, magnetic field induction. Magnetic field induction at a point. Mu naught I by
2 pi.
right, 2 pi R, not 4 pi R. Okay, 2 pi R is B, 2 pi B. This is E1, Nana. In the same way, you can find out EMF induced across these two ends. Suppose if you give the names like AB, CD. AB part over, Nana. Now CD is equals to again LV. This time how much you write, Nana? Mu naught I by
2 pi into 2b, sir.
that is, can I write 4 pi B straight away?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Are these two equal, Nana? No, surely. I think some EMF field will be induced in the loop. What about BC and AD then?
0, sir.
Very good. So here the EMF induced is 0, here the EMF induced is 0. Why? Because you know the reason. Length is parallel to velocity. Okay, right. I can't say the EMF induced is equals to either 2 times or equals to 0. Why? Because these two are not equal. According to your right hand rule, B into velocity in the direction. The induced current upwards means this should be negative and that should be positive. In the same way, you will get here negative, positive. Look at, I think they are not aiding each other. The two cells here, AB cell and CD cell, they are appeared to be connected like this. Okay, connected in parallel, and here they are not aiding, Nana. Current flows suppose from this cell like this. It tries to flow from negative to positive. Means here positive terminal is appeared to be connected to the positive terminal, means it tries to deliver the current in this direction. So both are not aiding. Aiding means not trying to deliver in the same direction. Whom the current. Okay, they are unaiding. Unaiding. Then net EMF, I think you know in current electricity chapter, E1 not plus E2, E1 minus E2, unaiding case. Okay, so here I think you know it is bigger. So net EMF you can say EAB minus ECD. Okay, that's good. Suppose if I say the total, the resistance of the parts, like this is R and it is R by 2, that is R by R and it is R by 2. Then you can say the current also, E by total R effective. Okay, I think all are in series. Why? Because current is not splitting anywhere. Straight away you can say E by 3R. Okay, but same question, suppose if they ask in exam, like here, same infinite state conductor, but it is not in motion. It is just placed here. Suppose you consider it as a square loop so that all sides are equal, easy to solve. Okay, all sides are equal. Each side length you take it as L. Okay, in that closed loop, it is not in motion. Okay, if the resistance of each part is R, what is the total charge induced in the rod? In the loop. If they ask, do you have any idea about this model, Nana? Okay. So in this type of model, if it is not in motion, we can't use such type of concepts, Nana. Then first of all, how to find induced charge? That we don't know. So first of all, we try to find out what is the EMF induced. That we know, minus d phi by dt. After finding out induced EMF, we try to calculate, since he is asking the charge, I try to calculate the current. E is equals to I into total resistance in the circuit. That is minus d phi by dt. Okay, again charge, already we did in the previous model, dq by dt. Okay, first with respect to time get cancelled. So if I integrate, then I will get the total charge induced will be minus d phi by r. Means nothing but total charge will be total flux linked to that closed loop divided by total resistance. Okay, this is the formula, Nana. So here he is asking what is the induced charge means. What is the total flux linked to this loop we have to calculate. Okay, here the major problem is magnetic field we are not creating. The wire is creating. Wire, the magnetic field at different points it will be different. Why? Because distance will be changed. Okay, again I am considering nearest point is at a distance of L, means nearest side, and farther side is at a distance of 2L. From point to point, if you see here, point to point, the problem is the magnetic field changes, means B changes. If B changes, then phi changes. So phi is equals to, I have to calculate using the formula B into A into cos theta. No need to write, Nana. It is already perpendicular to the area. So parallel to the normal. So dot product is cos 0, 1. So phi is equals to B into A. Okay. I gave small hint, Nana. So simple, very simple. Here the magnetic field is not constant. Okay. If you think like a physics student, then immediately you will get some idea. Oh, if something is not constant, we have to go through the differential method. So first of all, we have to find out the flux linked to the small area part at an instant is at a distance. And then we have to integrate on both sides. Simple logic. So here I am assuming one small part here of certain thickness. Okay, at a distance x. So x is the distance, means I have to substitute the limits from one end to the other end, L to other end to L. So the limits are L to 2L, x limits. And here x in the horizontal direction means its thickness in horizontal direction is dx. I think you know how to solve. B is mu naught I by 2 by x into dA. Area of the small part is length into breadth. Length, all sides are equal. L into dx. Okay, over. Then the total flux linked to the loop is equals to mu naught I by 2 pi in 2 pi L into log x in the limits L to 2L. This is log 2 Nana over mu naught I L by 2 pi into log 2. Okay, that's it, over. And substitute here, and total resistance, you know, anywhere the current is not splitting, therefore total resistance R plus R plus R plus R total 4. Therefore Q is equals to this phi divided by 4R. Okay, this is one model, Nana. They will ask related to the charge induced. Okay, and here suppose these are rails, Nana. Okay, of infinite long rails, but the resistance is negligible. And here one resistor is connected. Okay, and here, suppose this is one rod placed on the rails. Okay, and you are pulling with a velocity v perpendicular to its length. Resistance is R. Okay. While pulling in that direction, actually, I applied some force here now. Okay. Initially, the rod is accelerating. Why? Because I am applying the force. Okay. After coming to some distance here, suppose when it comes to here, okay, it starts moving with a constant velocity. Means at this position, v is equals to constant. Then that constant velocity will be, if they ask, How to solve? Do you know this model, Nana?
No, sir.
Okay, right. In this case, simple, Nana. Even though I am applying some force, this is external, what I am applying. F external is equals to F. I am applying that force. Okay. And there, simple logic, like in viscosity chapter, is mechanical properties of fluids. Even though the raindrop is falling down, it acquires some terminal velocity, means there should be some viscous force in opposite direction. Okay. In the same way, here it is able to move with a constant velocity, means pakka, there should be some force which is opposing the motion. Who is that force? If you are able to calculate this opposing force, then while traveling with a constant velocity, means a terminal velocity, we have to equate the two forces. Net force is equals to 0. Simple logic. So basic theory, I think we understood. The applied force should be equals to the opposing force when it is traveling with a constant velocity. So at that instant, what is the force acting on it? Simple, Nana. It is moving with a certain velocity. Okay, so surely there will be some EMF here across these two ends. Okay, direction I am not asking. You can say that. Okay, here V I am taking into as usual. Okay, so it will be negative and that will be positive. You can say the direction. And the EMF induced is equals to LVB. Okay, and here the resistance of the rod is not given. Okay, so total resistance in the loop is R, and that too it is closed with a resistor. That's why here the total current in the loop will be I is equals to Ohm's law V by R. That is LVB by R. If they give the resistance of the rod, Nana, you have to include that resistance also. Means simply what I am saying, it is the effective resistance here. Okay. Luckily, in this case, resistance of the rod is not given. That's why I'm taking only this resistance. Okay. And here, after started flowing the current in the loop, that current flows through the rod also. Keep in mind, closed loop. Current is flowing through the rod, means again think wisely. This is a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. Means moving charges and magnetism. When current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. F is equals to Bill sine theta. You know it. Okay. So here Bill, of course, no need to write sine theta. Why? Because they are perpendicular, length and magnetic field. Okay. So F is equals to, you are getting BL into I is, in this case, LVB by R effective. That is, in this case, it is appeared to be L square V square B, sorry, L square V square, means V square L square V by R effective. I got it. Okay. So that is the force acting on the rod, Nana, when it is closed. Means rod is experiencing some force due to its self current. This is what we say next, self induction. Okay. It opposes its current. So here, of course, that part you know, I'm not entering into that self-induction. This is the force, Nana. That force acts in what direction? Force on a current carrying conductor means you have to use left hand rule. So current is flowing upwards and B is into as usual. If you see, my thumb is leftwards, Nana, showing leftward direction. Leftward means this force, what I calculated, is the opposing force. Okay, so that opposing force here in this case is equals to the applied force. So straight away answer is over. B square L square V by R effective is equals to applied force. Therefore, what he is asking, what is the terminal velocity? Okay, this type of model also he asked in exam previously, but he gave the inclined, the rails are inclined like this. Okay, and on the rails means angle of inclination here is theta, Nana. And on this I am not applying any force. Here the rails are sliding down with a constant velocity. Then what will be the terminal velocity? Okay, if you know the concept here, neglecting the resistance of the rails, you can say the answer straight away. You can say the answer. What will be the answer for this one, Nana?
We should consider sine theta also, sir.
Means where we have to consider that sine theta?
F equals to BIL sine theta.
I think they're not required. Why? Because rails are inclined like this. Okay, and he is applying the magnetic field into like Nana. Okay, means this is the direction. This is board rails are like this. Okay, if I apply the magnetic field here into, problem is length is parallel to the magnetic field. Okay, so I have to take the magnetic field how, like this. So here I am taking perpendicular to this inclined plane, magnetic field I am taking like this, either outwards or inwards. Okay, perpendicular to this one, not like this, perpendicular to this, like this. Okay, in that case, I think you can say the answer. Why? Because I gave the clarity, B is perpendicular to length. And all the three are mutually perpendicular, magnetic field, length and velocity. What is the confusion, Kali, there? If magnetic field, length, velocity, all the three are mutually perpendicular. If I give the magnetic field like this, Nana, okay, or perpendicular to the plane of the board, then you have, okay, Nana, why should I confuse you? I take the magnetic field into perpendicular to the plane of the board. Then you say,
BLV only, sir.
then in that case, what you substitute F? Applied force. You know it. Consider the mass of the rod. Mass of the rod as M.
Mg sine theta, sir.
That's it, over. In the same formula, just replace F with applied force is equals to mg sine theta. Try to put the answer. Okay. If I give the magnetic field in some other direction, then try to resolve the components. Like if I give the magnetic field like this, then what will be the angle between them? Okay. And what component is coming perpendicular to all the things? Like we have to solve. Okay, Nana? And then here coming to here the last concept, Nana. Okay, I'm trying to here end the class. Okay, here last one is, suppose if the instead of moving the rod, if I rotate the rod, means fixing one axis here, anywhere, Nana, fix it. May not be at one end. Okay, if it is rotated in a magnetic field with some angular velocity, then what will be the EMF induced? Do you know this concept, Nana? Rotational EMF. What?
Half BL square omega, sir.
Very good. Half BL square omega. So no need to explain. Okay, the same rod, suppose given like I think you know this model. Why? Because previously given in exam. Here, suppose L by 4th part is made of wood and 3L by 4th part is made of like some metal, iron, something, and I am fixing the axis at the wood end or fixing the axis at the iron end. What will be the EMF induced while rotating like this in a magnetic field perpendicular to the board? Here in this case, now, here, okay, very simple, Nana. While rotating, if you remember how you derive this part, then it will be very easy to solve that model. Okay. E is equals to, actually it is derived from minus d phi by dt. Nana. Okay. Means when it comes to some other position from here to there, okay, in the constant magnetic field, I can write here minus b into dA by dt. Okay, area covered will be in the form of a sector. Sector area is half r square theta, means x square theta. Then I think you understood here half b x square d theta by dt is omega. Okay, so here how you get this formula of EMF, Nana? Magnitude is half v omega into there x square. You substituted metal part limits. If it is fixed at one end, 0 to L, that's why you got the formula half BL square omega. That's why instead of remembering the instead of remembering the formula like a half BL square omega, why should not we remember the formula like a half v omega into x square? Depending upon the problem, we have to substitute the limits of metal. Simple. Now I think you can say the limits here for this question, and if I fix the axis here, it is the wooden part and that is metal part. It is L by 4. Total length is L. What are the limits to substitute there, Nana? Quickly, you know the answer. Ayyo, Nana, this is non-metal. Non-metal means if I fix the axis here, from axis means 0 to L by 4, no EMF is induced. No EMF is induced, and EMF will be induced from here to there. Only in this part means limits are changing from L by 4 from axis, Nana, L by 4 to the other end means total length of the rod is L. Okay. So from here to there, the limits just you replace here from L by 4 to L. That's it over, Nana. That is easy. I don't know why you are confusing there. Okay. So here, whether you understood or not, to identify, suppose if I ask a question like, this is the rod Ratali of length L, total metal rod, Nana, not like part in the previous question. Okay. And but I am fixing the axis at a distance of L by 4 from one end. Means this length is L by 4, that length is 3L by 4. Okay, what will be the EMF induced across the ends A and B? Then in this case, how you solve, Ratali? This is axis, Nana. It is origin. Total length of the rod, total rod is metal, Nana.